Alright. Winter's white field are like a tomb without an epithet, like a mire whose snow hides every peril, the ice reaching up like hands to grab your feet and drag you down. In a land such lifeless silence, nothing can be born. So what happens if the moment I somehow replicate Winter, the Mighty One simply takes it for her own, filling her empty reverie with what I made? How would such a Winter spill out into this world? Will it ultimately matter who made it, or would the results be the same? Damn it. Not the Mighty One, I meant the Lord of Winter, or the Winter Queen, or she sometimes known. Damn, so they're mixed thoughts or mixing. You know, there's a number of other mountain keepers far better at putting ideas into words than I am. I wish they were here to explain this way that's easier to understand. Sorry if I wasn't crystal clear, but that's about as good as an explanation as I can give. But look at how far, of course, I versed with this talk of alchemy. Anyways, the point I was getting at is the alchemy is a field of study that guides ordinary people towards understanding of essence that underlies the working of the world, and I'm simply borrowing a bit of the power. I have need of it. I have to find the firewood that belongs to all the missing mountain keeper. I know that may seem like a threadbare excuse, but that hope is all I have to hold on to, thin as it may be. I use this knowledge as an alchemy to veil myself from the Lord of Winter gaze. When I entered the breach to conduct my own reconnaissance within Glen Burma, I know it's not right, but even so, when I think of those I knew trapped forever within the future, it weighs so heavily on my heart. That's why I intend to use every means at my disposal. Lochna's pale green gaze slowly shifts from the breach to the future to you. Although I wasn't able to find any firewind there, I saw many things that defy description, strange scenes playing out before me, like the one I showed you. And just in case you were thinking I may have brought this problem upon myself, I don't think what I saw was the cause of this unasked for knowledge. I realized that comes drifting whether or not I see anything of foray into the future. It took me a while to come to that realization myself. Actually, so the reason I want to venture into Glen Burma with you is to display the most tangible sign of what has been welling up within me. This phantom knowledge has intimid within my own experience expertise that evolved into something I never could imagine. As I studied this strange power, it struck me that it might have been some connection to your research of Arcane Association, with whom I've been working, and since you're one of the association founding member, I figure it might be helpful to show you. He's looking blush. For a demonstration like this, he's so shy. I thought it might be best to find a quiet place for him, far from prying eyes. The fewer distraction, the less likely I am to slip up. So I know this is a rather sudden request, but would you venture in with me? With me as your guide, you pass unnoticed by the being who confronted you last time. That I guarantee, I swear, and all I am. Darkness quietly awaits your answer, not in agreement. It's cool, bro. We're brothers now. We ride together, we die together. As she slowly nods, Lochna's smiles faintly. Thank you, Ursa. I fully intend to uphold the promise we made that day, when you chose to place your trust in me. Lochnas withdraws something from his bag, then scatters it on the ground. The members of the research team stationed at Salam Mist don't seem to have noticed. Alright, follow me. Oh, this is rather a strange sensation, Ursulith? Ursulith, is that you? Who? It's me, Lochnas. It's all very strange to see myself as a mirror and know that it's me. But at the same time, not me is unsettling enough, but this goes without even saying that an experience that defies easy understanding. This is the first I experienced anything like this, but perhaps it's actually for the best in this case. I think that given our present circumstance, I can offer a better account of the change that have been welling in within me. In fact, I mean, to show you more than tell. So is this the young him? Ever since the memories and knowledge I spoke of before began seeping into my mind, I began to feel as though I had my own other self and are like two threads being wound up upon a single spindle. The place in my own recollection that have been lost in or forgotten how slowly began to fill in with those of the others. Two set of memories, two different lives are being woven into one. I know I said before, but it's really difficult to put into these words. Perhaps an easier way to explain it is that in some way, my skills with the bow and my other self experiencing studying alchemy became entwined. As though parts of two different timelines, two different potential potentialities are being merged into one. All my life, I've been a mountain keeper, and in that time, I've become a fairly good shot with a bow. However, at no point did I ever have the opportunity to study alchemy. Be that it may, I now possess considerable knowledge of alchemical concept and the ability to skillfully apply that knowledge. Seeing as though the wisdom attained by the other me who devoted his days to the study of alchemy has come to dwell within the me who has spent most of his life amongst the mountain. But anyways, that's not the problem here. The reason to show you this strange power is because of the affiliation that Arcana Association. Focus of the association reacher seems to have a great deal of overlap with what has manifested in me, and half of the power is indeed something you can use. I thought it might prove helpful since this ability appears to draw on dualistic root. Figured that only someone capable of using two talents simultaneously could understand. As for why I had you come all the way into Glen Burman, well, I'm almost ashamed to admit it, but it's the one place I can think of that's entirely free from prying eyes. The last thing I wanted to call attention to myself, any onlooker, no matter how well intentional, will only make it harder for me to explain this power. That's why I needed to be somewhere no one else could be. I apologize if I caused any trouble for you, but I want to ensure I was able to give you the clearest picture of how these abilities work to provide good foundation for your own study. Since it may not be a good idea to linger here, let's quickly go over the fundamental. As though undeniably different, archery and alchemy aren't wholly without overlap. As you may be aware, the skill Crasher has its origin in the explosive sharp knell of an ice mine. I remember that. That said, even a skill as ingenious as Crash Shot simply utilizes the principle behind Ice Mine. Ice Mine can't claim that it draws on the fundamental basis of battle alchemy, that is, the four classical element. But that unknown art that took shape in me after all the strange thing I experienced draws directly on the four elements and their complex web of interaction with one another. Where Crash Shot merely emulates an alchemical reaction, this power harnesses the true essence. And sure, these skills draw upon the concentrated energy of natural world 4 base elements contained in alchemical crystal, but more than simply that, they also exhibit an added effect with second elements and apply the first depending on the combination. Judging by your expression, I think I might be faster the simpler have you try them out yourself. If anything, I wager you'll be able to grasp these skills more readily than I did. Found that there is no substitute for learning with your hands when it comes to things like this. After all, practice made perfect, as the saying goes. I mean, I would love to, because I'm getting tired of reading. Bro, I've been reading for like a long time. I got something in my statue that should prove useful in this exercise. You can use it to summon targets to practice. I realize I'm a far cry from you in terms of power, but you may should find my body able to execute the skill without difficulty. Anyway, that's about as far as my talking will take you. The rest I think you understand when you use these abilities yourself. Alright. Oh, okay, so that's how you summon. Ignis Plume. Fire a blast that hits 3 times. Oh. Oh, that's not that bad. That's definitely an AoE now, compared to just having Crash Shot. I'm guessing that's like the Magnum arrow? So it's like a dust tornado. Ventus, oh shit, dude, that sounds sick. Just the name. Terra Scourge. 8K, damn. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, that's okay. I was about to say that doesn't kill. That's dumb. All right, so I tried them all. Ah, you done trying them out? Now that I think about it, it seems odd to speak about these abilities like one might a horse a tool. But in any case, our understanding principle clear? Yes. Ah, glad to hear. I suppose that means we can head back. You know, this fellow whose body I'm resummoning inhabit, I could swear I recognize his voice somewhere. Still, it seems odd that I find voice familiar without remembering who it is. Perhaps he's someone I knew well, but all my recollection of him were frozen away like so many of my other memories. It's also possible he's someone I met on one of my trips down from the mountain. It's a shame. He could very well be somewhat in the same situation as my fellow Mountain Keeper, spear away into Glenburna against their will. It may even be the voice of some unfortunate soul who was unable to survive Winter's chill. Perhaps if I found him sooner, I could have saved him. Anyway, shall we be going? We may fool the Witch's Queen's eye for a time, but she'll eventually notice two trespassers linger here any longer. I'm also hungry. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Where is he? Why do they keep barding? Is it like an AFK barding surface? I'm getting no buff. Sad. No buff either, okay. Loiscneach stared at the entrance of Glenburna, lost in thought. Curious, I wonder, did this never happen before? Because I was always gone and alone? Oh no, it's a storm. I doubt my body is capable of that sort of physical feat you're able to perform, but what did you think of the skill themselves? The power arcana seems able to imbue with the arrowhead with two elements. Using my body as a sort of catalyst to induce the reaction, the skills are quite varied, but they all share the common principle. My working theory is that the way is somewhat similar to how this arcana fused two elements. There's some sort of ongoing fusion at work within me. Melding the time I spent training in archery within the years of myself spent studying alchemy and that improbable combination that gave rise to these strange abilities. You may be a little reluctant to trust in it, given the perplexity manner in which I received this knowledge, but I can assure you it's nothing to be concerned about. Ever since this began, I've been continuously studying, experimenting in order to put this knowledge to proof. I have to in order to establish this understanding as something I verify for myself, before another wave of unlooked insight fills my head. Above all, I vow to not let anything more be taken from me. That's why, given my comfort and unfamiliar with archery, I work hard to unite this knowledge with my bowmanship. I consider the results to be nothing short of miraculous. In a sense, what I developed was a unique art that blended everything I was capable of in order to draw ever closer to achieving my goal. Hold on. Sorry about that. The wind is so loud, so I thought it was a tornado warning or something. My goal being what it is, the power has taken a rather destructive bent. At times even oppressive in the forces of capable unleashing. Still, that sounds like all upsides and no downside for you, right? At least. So I be hoping. Loiscneach goes quiet as he gazes out towards the entrance of the wintry fissure. That reminds me, Ursula, I have a couple favors to ask of you, mostly to help ensure people's safety. Favors? Could you keep a secret that I gained this knowledge after venturing to Glenburna? It would be one thing if people heard that it happened to you. From what I come to understand, you lead a rather adventurous life, facing down problems others can't, and anyone who heard of you likely knows it. They probably think something like this is entirely normal for you, although I doubt that's true. Problem is, if people hear that something extraordinary happened to an ordinary fellow like me, some may come to believe that same sort of thing could happen to them. They have no grounds for such a belief, of course, but over time, some might attempt to enter Glenburna. Only then they will realize how far in over their heads they were. And let's say someone did happen to gain knowledge in the same way. They quickly discover it's not as pleasant experience at all. You have to constantly review what you know and reassert your identity while new thoughts and knowledge keep flowing in. My other request is a bit more personal. I'd like your help to apply for membership in the Arcana Association. I'm not asking you to speak on my behalf or pull any strings. I'd just like you to be there with me when I speak. With the head of the association, the Arcana Association, yeah, after speaking to you, I come to mind that the association goal are coexistent with my own belief and aspiration. But beyond that, I can't simply expect to call on you to fend off each and every danger that might loom large before me. Ideally, I'd like to be able to face such challenge head on myself. Realistically though, There's so much that they're still new to me about so many things that I think would benefit from hearing about others' experience. If I can learn, if I can grow, then someday I might be able to save others from other Mountain Keeper. It feels as though I'm always asking you for some sort of favor, and I hope you don't think of it like that. But I want you to know that I have no wish to inconvenience you to become overly reliant on your willingness. Would that be alright? Except... No problem, dude. Like I said, we're in this together. Thank you, Ursula. You know by now that I prefer such exchange to be equal, but at this point I feel as though anything you ask for that I could give wouldn't be enough. I worry that about this, how you are with everyone. Some unscrupulous person or group may try to take advantage of you. Tell me about it. There's just not much I could offer you in the immediate future, though. What should I do? How about this? Since there's not much I could do for you right now, how about I provide you a guarantee for the future? You'll be guaranteed to lead you safely through the mountain anywhere the Mountain Keeper have a presence in the absence of other Mountain Keeper. I'll constantly travel to other areas of the mountain to look after things. No tending to shelter, making sure any trails are clear, that sort of thing. Seems to be a fair offer, don't you think? And as far as any changing condition, I couldn't have accounted for. I think the power I've shown you should prove itself of great enough worth to balance the scale. I hope that seems like a worthy offer to you. Not in agreement. Thank you, Dan. I suppose I'll see you in the Arcana Association room. I'll go on ahead and speak with the head organization. Alright, back we go. Oh my god, that is so seizure. Oh, never mind, it's not as bad. He makes ducky noise when he walks? What? Ah, there you are, Ursula. Loch Ness has given me the general gist of the story, so I have the rough idea of what has transpired. Just to run it by you properly, Loch Ness has found himself in the holder of new Arcana. It seems something manifested within him when he was spirited into Glen Burma during your adventure there. And it sounds like you were able to use these abilities yourself without even having formally encountered Arcana that was such great power. Not in agreement. You have that right, Ursula. You were there at the moment. At the moment we lit the flame of enkindling lantern, so I have no cause to doubt you. And I certainly had never heard of any skills like those Loch Ness described to me. Still, I can't shake the feeling there's a cloud hanging over Loch Ness. I plan to pry into it a bit more. But I don't imagine it'll be easy. It seems nothing involving Glen Burma is ever easy. Naora turns his gaze towards Loch Ness. The Mountain Keeper seems taken aback, quietly reorienting himself to stand behind you. He's such a shy boy. That aside, since Loch Ness has been working with the investigative team in Slot Mist for some time now, his record of service serves as a sort of affirmation of his trustworthiness. He may not realize it, since you're basically free to come and go as you please, but anyone whose identity is the least suspect wouldn't be allowed to come into the castle. Now, Loch Ness, if you would be so kind as to continue. Well, as Slot Mist only Mountain Keeper, it's my responsibility to protect the area and ensure the safe passage of those who chose to venture there. As has always been my duty. But once you join the Arcana Association, you expect to focus some of your time and energy on Arcana-related research and training, which is natural expectation, of course. Still, as you said, you are a Slot Mist only Mountain Keeper, and we can't simply leave such a perilous area without its caretaker indefinitely. There are other measures we could take, but I still think you're the best suited for the job. In fact, that's why I put in my recommendation for you to accompany the research team. I worry this might be asking too much of you, Loch Ness. But what do you think about traveling back and forth between your commitment, that is venturing Slot Mist and to join us here part-time, then spending the rest of the time there? Of course, you'd be free to attend to any urgent matters at your discretion. Oh, I figure I have to stay here for the Arcana Station work, but that seems reasonable. So I could go home more often too. Grandmaster would probably like that, but on the other hand, it's so warm and cozy here, I start to think of Association Room as a home. Oh, what a pain. We have no desire to force you to do anything. She's like a cat, honestly. A finicky cat. You don't wish to, of course. I just can't help but feel like frequent treks all the way from Tara up to the mountains would be tiring even for you. We're still researching, and there might be some ways to quickly reach the mist from here, but at present, taking moongates near Tier Canal or Side Center would seem to be the quickest route. Scheduling aside, I want you to know you have the liberty to spend as much time in Slot Mist as you like, so long as it wouldn't directly interfere with your commitment to the Arcana Association. Seems agreeable enough to me. It's not as though ascending or descending the mountain is all difficult. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action, Loiscneach. And all the things we learned together. I'll write... Oh my god. I'll write to the research team in Slap Mist to let them know of our joint arrangement. Then, without further ado, allow me to formally welcome you to the Arcana Association. Loiscneach, I look forward to working with you. Hello, Loiscneach. It takes me a while to start recognizing a new face, so I apologize in advance. If I don't remember you the next time we meet, I promise I'm not trying to throw shade, honest. It even took me a long time before I remembered that Lauer was Lauer. Well, I don't think it was that long. You stopped pausing and asking, who are you again, by at least the third week? Hehe. I think seeing you hunched over your desk all the time in the association room helped. Besides, how could I forget the face of someone who feeds me? Right, I'm looking forward to working with you. Loiscneach has joined the Arcana Association. Together you can delve into the Alchemic Sharpshooter Arcana talent, of which he has proven a paragon. Oh my god. And with that, we're done. Oh my god. So much reading. Well, that was fun. We got an update on what's happening in Glen Burna and the effect of long-term presence of... Oh my god, my power might cut out. Long-term presence of it. We saw how much a shy boy Loiscneach is, and how he's demonstrated his ability, how it's affecting him with his or parallel universe self, and who this mystery person is, and the interaction between the other paragons or Arcana paragon people with him, which I didn't know could happen, which is cool. And I want to say more, but I can't because, like I saw a while ago, I said there could be a tornado, and my power just flickers. So I'm trying to rush out before the video gets corrupted. But anyways, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully my power doesn't cut out.